Tonight, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp is facing questions about what, if anything, the state will do to help families when their SNAP benefits run out. In a new statement, his office says the only viable long-term solution to funding SNAP is reopening the federal government. Tonight, 11 Alive's Joe Ripley reports on growing calls for the governor to step in and offer more assistance.
The ongoing federal government shutdown has left nearly 1.5 million people in Georgia who rely on SNAP benefits to find their next meal looking for answers.
Without SNAP, people will begin to make difficult choices. Should I pay an important bill or pay my rent or buy food?
Ife Finch-Floyd, Director of Economic Justice with the nonpartisan Georgia Budget and Policy Institute, says Georgians rely on $3 billion in SNAP funds a year. She and Ebony McClendon at In-Town Care say the potential of losing those funds November 5th could create a crisis.
When that safety net disappears, they don't just lose food, but they also lose stability, dignity, and peace of mind.
There is this opportunity for him to step in and fix what Washington has broken.
Scott Turner, Executive Director of Eternal Vigilance Action, argues the governor could draw on his political capital and dip into the state's reserves to fill the SNAP gap. But he called the lack of action irresponsible.
It's equivalent to driving a car 200 miles an hour down the road and deciding you want to stop on a dime by running into a brick wall. There's going to be damage. There's going to be pain. And it's going to affect every community in the state.
The state of Virginia recently drew up plans to fund SNAP benefits for a week at a time through Conduit, a company that also works with Georgia and more than 30 other states, all to support electronic payment programs. But Conduit referred us to the Department of Human Services, which echoed the governor's office, saying there is no mechanism for the state to fund SNAP cards in lieu of the federal government. But the governor's office has not answered 11 Alive questions about stepping in specifically to help affected families. Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.